Okay, I'm going to begin my search of the ProQuest database now to see what information I can glean from it. I'm going to begin by typing in my terms of inquiry-based learning, making sure I keep that within brackets because that's one terminology I want to look at. And I also want to look at the areas of kindergarten or early childhood. Now I'm going to make sure that kindergarten or early childhood is actually in parentheses because it's either one of those two areas that I wish to look at, and I also want to explore within the subject heading of science. Okay, I will now hit the search button and see how many results that I can find. Okay, so this has given me 106 results, which I could look through all 106 results because that's not too many if I had the time to look through. However, I'm going to choose to look at this by subject to try and narrow things down a little bit. So, of course, I am going to include learning and science education and the students. I don't want to look at professional development or teach education or teaching methods. I will include teaching but not teachers. Yes, I will include research, certainly the inquiry method. I will leave out literacy, school districts, educational technology, education reform, but I will include children and youth. As you can see, there are many other subject areas I could include or exclude, but I'll leave it at that at this stage and see how that changes my results. Okay, that has now taken me down to 26 results, which is certainly a nice amount to be scanning through. Okay, looking at number 1 here, you can see that certainly is highlighted inquiry-based learning in here, but looking over at the side here, they're looking at undergraduate teachers, making then this transition towards inquiry-based learning. So I don't think I'll look into that one further at this stage. Okay, number 2, investigating rocks and sand, addressing multiple learning styles through an inquiry approach. You can see it mentions kindergarten, it mentions inquiry-based learning, and I would say obviously science here. So I'll go into this document further, or journal article, and see what is there. Okay, once again we've got highlighted kindergarten, inquiry-based learning, kindergarten. These are quotes from the National Science Foundation. There's a transcript of children speaking, so I'd say this is obviously looking at a specific kindergarten class and their inquiry-based learning when planning science. Okay. In early September, kindergarten teachers and parents noticed that children were very curious about rocks. Okay, that's certainly very similar to what was happening in my classroom, except the children were very keen on learning about ants, very curious about what they were doing, coming to the eating area and collecting all of the crumbs that the children were leaving behind. So that's certainly one I will come back and look at that full text PDF and save that one to read through at my leisure. Okay, moving down, we've got early childhood classrooms, a science unit on seeds. Okay, so I'll have a look at this one. Okay, it's a study, a project-based approach, gifted education, pedagogy, first grade teachers. So first grade teachers are still looking at in early childhood classroom, a science unit on seeds. So once again, this could be quite an interesting article to read through, as it is based on, by the looks of things, an actual classroom science inquiry learning activity and how the children were learning. So that's another one to come back and save for further perusal. Okay, inquiry in science from curiosity to understanding. Once again, we've got science, inquiry-based learning highlighted. Science, inquiry-based learning. Lots of science, science, science. Inquiry-based learning. Okay, looks like it makes very little reference to actually kindergarten or early childhood children in this article. So this might be a general overview of inquiry-based learning in science, not exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, number 5, natural-born scientists. Early childhood science inquiry-based learning. So this one could look promising. Children's curiosity about the world begins at birth. Yes, I would agree with that. Children are always forever exploring what is out there and wondering how and why things work. Okay, so we've got early childhood, science, inquiry-based learning, science, science. So this looks like another promising one that I could save and come back and read to see if it has got some relevant ideas for what I'm looking at. Okay, number 6, interest in biology. Developmental shift characterised using self-generated questions. Okay, I'm not exactly looking at biology. Okay, investigating the effectiveness of an integrated learning system in early emergent readers. Okay, it talks about applied science, talks about reading, so not exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, talking about PowerPoint, such as math and science, so it's not specifically about science. Supporting young researchers as they write to learn. Early childhood, rookie reader science books in the science curriculum. So may not be a lot of inquiry learning in the subject of science. Okay, once again, Web 2 in the elementary classroom. Not directly science. Okay, here's another one here talking about kindergarten but through to 12th grade. So it's not specifically about kindergarten, even though that's highlighted there. It is actually looking at all grades. Okay, teaching and assessing science for understanding, providing opportunities for inquiry-based learning. So it's possibly not talking about the direct approach of inquiry-based learning, but that possibility should be provided. Here's another one here. They've highlighted kindergarten, but it's not specifically kindergarten. It's also going through to 12th grade. Okay, well that certainly gives me a start. There's 2 articles I want to go back and look at further, and then I'll have a few more articles to go through and look at from this search here.